Hey guys and gals, let's take a look at Andrea's Modern Mansion by LEGO Friends. This is set number 42639, contains 2,275 bricks, retails for $199.99, and this set was provided by the LEGO Group for early review. So thank you, LEGO, for sending this to me. And this is essentially what it is. Obviously we got the mansion, we got a little car. It doesn't look too bad. I want to see how that's all put together. And it does come with several mini dolls. Get that glare off there. I mean, what is that? 10 in total? Looks like we only have one guy in there. Boy. Yeah, keep that to myself. And here's the back of the box. It looks like the mansion is probably modular, so hopefully this is a collaborative build. That's what I'm shooting for. And it does have a lot of bright colors. That's a friend set, usually these do. Now let's unbox this modern mansion and go visit Andrea. Well, if I can get the knife over there. Can't see on the other side of that corner. There we go. Now we're going to open this up. And yeah, we'll be bumping into the mic, so the sets are getting bigger and bigger. Well, okay. I see a couple of numbered bags in there. I see a 15, but not sure how many bags there are. That's a lot of stuff. And I'm not going to do a complete unboxing on this one here. As you can see, I got stuff just falling all over the place. And yeah, I don't know how many bags are. I see a 15, now I see a 17. Well, that's what I'm interested in right now. And my exposure a little too much on the camera. Well, I'm already ripping that apart. And if they fall, set them on the couch. And let's see here. Make sure there's nothing else in there. Well, we get a set of stickers, which is no surprise with the Friends set. Doesn't look too bad. And in addition, we got 2 printed building guides. Well, let's see how. I wish they'd give me a list of it, like an inventory list in these, but they don't. Oh wow, we're going to have to take a look at this on the second channel. Oh, we're going to have a lot of fun. Be a lot of fun commentary, and that's where it starts there. And let's see what Manual 2 here says. And the thing about my reviews and unboxings is I just sit here, literally, and I just try to see how many bags are in each set and to see exactly what we have here. So I did look, and there's 17 bags, so probably going to divide this up in 4 installments when I do the build. Yeah, I like that bluish-green car. Must be a pool or something. And yeah. Well, anyways, looks like I got my work cut out for me, and I got a bunch of other stuff I got to go through too. But, well, what do you think about all these parts? Let's see here real quick. Well, some of these I haven't seen before. Ooh, I like those leaf pieces that are in here. These. They're like the other ones we have, but these are bigger. Ooh, if I can get those in earth green and dark green would be cool. And some Joker plates. And well, we can obviously tell that bag 1 builds the car. I've got to have a way to get to the mansion before we can build it. And yeah, look at that. That's the coral rims. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's see here. Let's take a look at this one. Well, okay, we got some of those profile bricks in that. Looks like light lavender. Oh, we see a piano piece, so there's going to probably be a grand piano in there. And how much of this transparent stuff is scratched? That's the question. Oh, we get a lot of dark azure in there, too. Well, I'm going to head to my second channel and build this set. Then we're going to come back here and take a closer look. Let's start with our 10 mini dolls. Right front and center we have Imani, if I'm pronouncing that right. And we have Jai1, and my apologies if I can't even get that one correct there. And of course this one is Andrea. Then we have Emma with her camera, and Olivia with her fly swatter phone, or the swatting phone. I don't know, it's supposed to be like a little selfie stick. Here we have Stephanie, Mia, Autumn, Leo. Well, the girls just love him. And then we have Paisley, and as you can tell, there's a nice set of mini dolls at that. And they all do have a nice set of print work for their torsos. Here we are at Andrea's modern mansion, and it is modern at that, with plenty of colors. So off to the left we got some nice trees. I think these may be palm trees, I'm not quite sure. And we have the 10 mini dolls throughout the build. We got a little pool here. Here's some stairs taking up to the entry into the mansion. Plenty of windows, lots of windows with scratches. I'll get to that in the review. Off to the right here we have a garage. We got a little, maybe that's a spa or a jacuzzi. And on the roof up here we got a little garden, a little pond up here. And over here we got a nice place for lounging. In the middle we have solar panels with a knob that controls the working elevator. So this is what this looks like over here. Not too bad. And don't worry, we'll take a close-up view of everything here, all its glory. And of course it has to bump into the wall while we're reviewing it, huh? Now right here, if you can see at the very bottom of your screen, here's the crank for the garage. So there's a car in here. So I'm just going to push this down. If the door will open up there, and then you push it down more and the car just shoots out. Here's the vehicle. Not too bad. You can slide it back in. Now one thing I have learned, Andrea wants to sit, we'll let her sit down there then with her smartphone. Well, she can take a nap down there. Don't close this with your hand, just close it with the lever over here. I found that out to be safe, but we'll leave that open for right now, just for fun. And let's take a look at the interior here. There's plenty of rooms in this mansion, as you can see, you know. So the car that wants to roll off, it fits back up in here. I'm just going to set it like that for right now. You can put the car in through here. So it's probably a pull-through garage. We got a little area here, looks like a music studio. There's an elevator or lift. This bed just slides in to convert it back into a music studio, or you can bring this out. So I'm trying to remember all the features, and the bed just refuses. We got a mailbox here with some letters. The stairs do take you up to here. Here's an entry point. We got a place to lounge. Little mini kitchen. Here we got a little music room with a baby grand piano. That's not too bad for what that is. And on the third floor, we come up here, we got some family photos, child's bedroom. So I obviously don't think that's Andrea's room. It could be. We got a little bathroom here. And onto this area, it looks like this is just some kind of a lounge area. I don't know, but this does turn and rotate. So I don't know what that's all about in there. Could be a makeup room too. I do see a makeup table right here. And on the top, here's the back side of all this. You got a flower pot. There's the back of an outdoor sofa. There's the garden. And there's just so much. I cannot show you in this exploded view, so we're going to just take a closer look. And we're going to see who fell down here. And we're going to take a more of a detailed tour. So here we have Andrea. You know, her friends. Nice greenery in the back. There's the stairs that take you up into the entry. Leo just lounging in the pool. And there's no water or anything there. You just have to pretend that there is. And there's that little flower bed. Not too bad. We're just going to take a look at the first floor There's the car, so I can push the car in. I'm going to close the door and show you how this works. Make sure it's all the way in. And this is a nice little mechanism, but sometimes it just doesn't close all the way. So you can just open this up, and then you push down again to bring the car out. And it does seat up to one friend's figure. And this does come off too. Now I'm just going to wing all this here, so that's basically what it is inside. At least it has a tilt wheel. Not too bad. And I'll show you the knob on the side here. That's what it is. So basically what you do is you push it down once to open the door, and you do that to push the car out. There's that little hot tub there. I think that's what it is, or could be a water fountain, I don't know. And we're going to come back here and take a closer look at the front. And don't mind the background noise, it's just how it is here now. So, I think his name is G1. He's sitting there by the beverages, waiting for the gals to arrive. Lots of windows in this mansion, but I don't know if the camera will pick them up, but they are scratched. Here is the top here, my cord's hanging up. There's the solar panels. That's the knob there to control the elevator. We'll take a look at that here. And for the most part, it's very colorful in the front. Now, there's the flower bed here. Here's the interior. This is what everybody's going to be playing with the most. And here we got the little music studio here, little hideaway bed. You can just push that in there and it goes away, and there you go. You got a mixing station, the computer and all. Not too bad. There's the knob. We're going to turn that knob. We're going to bring the lift up. Now the mini dolls will fall off that because it's not even studded, it's just tiled. Here we got that little mini kitchen, just the sink. It looks like a one burner stove, or it could just be a counter, we don't know. Maybe they don't cook meals here, maybe they just have takeout. So you got the little planks here, and then they have a little lounging area, we saw that earlier. Here's that piano. Really cool, huh? You can open this up too, and that's just in there. I'm hoping it's not oversaturated, but you also got a microphone and stuff like that. And for the most part, there's not a lot of depth though in the rooms. It's just basically like a little miniature dollhouse. Here's that bathroom. Trying to cut down the glare here for you. And here we go with the little bedroom. I think this is the little girl's room. Got some toys on a shelf there. Little bunny. The bed. Now everything in here is stickered. So we can rotate this again if I'm doing it the right way. And the elevator is a bit stiff, as you can see. You can go up higher if you want, but it doesn't go up to the top floor, so you're going to have to grow wings to go up there. And there's some of the pictures right there. Sorry about the glare. I'm trying to get it just right. Maybe if I do this, it may be a little better. And then here we got that little makeup room here. There's a makeup desk right in there. And yes, it makes a big difference having a ring light. Remember before, all these were really dark inside, so I'm really flooding the light out in here. And for the most part, it looks like a real mansion and stuff. It looks really good. And let's take a look at the top deck here, or the roof access. Here's the VIP area. A couple places to sit. And that's that knob. It's just, I don't know, it's just kind of clunky there. But it's a nice little elevator at that, so I can see that being used and integrated into other things as well. Here's that little Maybe it's an herb garden, I don't know. And there's that little pond. That's really colorful. I like that. As you can see, the water just kind of pours down the side and down here to this little pond. So it is a nice little build, and as you can tell, there's just a lot of play value. There's lots of things to do in this mansion. Just plenty of stuff. There's plenty of surfaces that are tiled. So the only downside that it is, your mini dolls will not be able to stand on those floors. And yeah, not too bad. Not too bad at all. Let's start the review with play value, and as you saw with the tour, there is plenty of things to do in here. So you got the garage with the car that shoots out, you got plenty of accessories, 10 mini dolls, several rooms to explore. There's just so much in this set, so this has got heavy play value, really good indeed. As far as for build quality, I'd say it's average to slightly above average. It's built very well, it's just big. It's a big model. Some of this right here just didn't quite line up. Like right here, this just feels kind of flimsy. And it's just bulky, it's big. So if you're planning on getting this set, you may want to put this on some sort of turntable just so you can easily rotate it around. But for the most part, I didn't have anything major come apart. I did have some pieces crumble, but that's about it. Nothing too scary. Also, my build experience was pretty good as well with this set. I didn't lose interest in it. Now, when I was doing the build, I was starting to get tired. I was doing this until 4 in the morning, but it was really a fun build nonetheless. Didn't have any issues with being bored with this set. It's a really fun build. I think it's the bright colors. There's just colors all over the place. This is a really nice set if you're looking for something with a lot of colors. Now, as for collaborative build, it just doesn't exist with this set. This is meant to be a solo build. I was hoping each one of these rooms would be modular. Then you can all put your items together. Sadly, that's not how it's going to work with this set. Unfortunately, it's just not a collaborative build. I was really shooting Lego to make this fully collaborative. Would have been a nice family project. As you saw with the back of this set, it's open back. So, you cannot drop this in a Lego City as is. You'd have to modify this up to completely seal it, or you can even put it up against the wall. Now, as for mock value, there's plenty of things. You could change the colors out and make this into a different style of mansion. You can use the pieces for other creations or come up with a whole alternative model. But for the most part, the mock value is there. It's just up to you, the builder, to come up with some interesting ideas. Now, for my final score, it's a 5.6 out of 10. I'm going to explain why here. I'm dinging off 0.6 just for some of the stickers. The stickers weren't too bad, it's just some of them I had a hard time putting on, and then some of the pieces were crumbling apart. The main issue I have is with scratched elements. This set had a lot of transparent pieces that were just heavily scratched and or pitted. It just wasn't appealing to the build. It just made it look, well, I'm going to be honest, used. So the elements were not packed well in this set, and it was just getting to the point when I'd open up a bag, I was like, well, how bad is this one? You know, so a lot of these windows you see here are scratched. So I'm hoping the model you get is not scratched. So I'm dinging off 5 points for that. And hopefully one day Lego will package those up a bit better, maybe put a film over these or something. There's nothing worse when you're getting a new set. It's all scratched up. And speaking of that, this set is $199.99 for 2,275 bricks. That's pretty good for the price per part. Not too terribly bad with this. I'd say this is averagely priced, about the price of a modular. But nonetheless, though, it is a great build, but the only disappointment I had with this set was the abundance amount of scratched pieces. I don't know what the Lego group is doing over there. They need to improve that, because it did degrade the build experience just a little in that aspect. But whoever gets the set, there's still a lot of play value. The play value is what saved this model here. As you saw, though, there's plenty of things to do, so tell me what you think of this set.